Hey guys, what's up? Darcy here at 6 Strings 9 Lives, back for another update. It's been 7 weeks since I last did an update, and I wouldn't say things are piling up, but I got a few items, just haven't been buying as much. But what I do have today is mostly 2025 releases, one new reissue, and I got a couple items that were sent to me by some really cool friends of mine, and I will show you those here also. But I'm going to start off today's update with, and I know I always say I got a lot of favorite bands, but this is just one of those fun bands that I listen to, and that's Raven. Brand new EP that came out February 14th called Can't Take the Fire Away. Love the artwork on this. This is kind of on par with the last couple of, cartoonish album covers they did with Metal City and All Hell's Breaking Loose. So this is a brand new 5-song, I should say 8 tracks, but 5 brand new tracks. We have Black and Blue, Power Hungry. The first one they did a video for was Can't Take Away the Fire, the title track. Gimme a Lie and The Wreckage, and then you got some bonus tracks, which are live tracks for The Power, which was done in Clifton, New Jersey. Then you got Architect of Fear that was done way back in 91 in Germany. It's hard to read. Anyways, and then Don't Need Your Money, live in Amsterdam, 1984, Netherlands. Very cool. So there's the back cover. Just, those 5 new tracks are awesome. I always look forward to new stuff from Raven. So this one was a exclusive through their website. I actually picked up 3. I sent out 2 to some good friends who are, kind of Raven fanatics, whatever you want to say too. But there's the booklet, and all these, there's only 1,000 available. They're all autographed, and I got number 603. And there's the autographs from the Gallagher brothers and Mike on drums. So number 603. Oh, I forget what numbers my friends got, but they were in and around this number. Booklet with lyrics. Let's see what else we got. Some more cool, kind of comic type of artwork in the middle. Yeah, they easily could have saved these 5 songs for a new album, but they must have enough material. So this, interestingly enough, came out on Silver Linings record label, but again, only exclusive to their website. So what I'm thinking is they will do a kind of a wider release of this down the line, because it is on their, I wouldn't say major label, but a very reputable label in Silver Lining Music. So as well as the autograph, you got a 50th anniversary patch, which this EP is kind of celebrating 50 years of Raven. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure if you're a Raven fan, you're on top of that already. All right, let's go with, I'm going to go with my newest and I guess only reissue of this update. So finally got a hold of the last piece of the puzzle for my Vader collection. Now I own all 12 studio albums, and that ranking will be, I think I'm going to bump that one ahead of Gravedigger. Gravedigger is just such a vast catalog that I just feel like I just need a little bit more time with that one. But anyways, here is Vader, Black to the Blind. 3rd album from 1997. Now, 3rd album, yeah, 97. So they would have been around, started about 95. So I totally missed the boat with Vader. Any band that would have started in, the mid-90s, I probably would have missed them. But, and you know what? Actually, part of it, I'll be honest with you, if I've heard this name over and over, of course, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I love Darth Vader, coolest villain of all times. So this name probably would have put me off back in the day. I would have said, don't mess with, Darth Vader's name or whatever, but that is where this name came from. But got into these guys actually only 5 years now. I have like I said, all 12 of their studio albums are Polish death metal. I would say almost just death thrash. That's the appeal to me, not the The vocals have changed a little bit, but I'll get into that when I do the ranking. But this is a brand new reissue from Nuclear Blast. So kind of following up, they reissued their second album, De Profundis, a couple of years back. So I was glad to pick this up and add it to the Vader collection. There's the back cover. There's Doc on drums. I think he was on the drums for first 3 or 4 albums. Rest in peace. Great drummer. Let's show you the booklet. And yeah, these, I don't mind these kind of digipacks. I don't know about you guys, but as long as it's not one of those shitty ass digi sleeves, I don't mind these with that have an actual tray, as long as they don't come busted up to shit. That always ticks me off. But here's the booklet. Very just a simple little booklet. We do have all the lyrics. Again, for me, I'd almost need a magnifying glass for that, but a little bit of a collage in the middle, but good to have Black to the Blind in the Vader collection. So I'm pretty much ready for that ranking. I'll just do a little bit of a tune-up, and maybe we'll get that out by the end of the week here. Keeping on par with new releases, let's go with Who's on My Shirt. This is my brand new Destruction shirt to go with the new album. People do ask me in the comments, where do I get my, my metal shirts or my t-shirts in general. I don't buy actually a lot of them, but I do try to go for quality over quantity. This shirt is directly from Napalm Records, the US site, so it wasn't super pricey with the shipping, because if you're going from Austria all the way to the US or Canada, you're going to pay a shitload on shipping. So this one wasn't bad. It came from the US. So Destruction, Birth of Malice, brand new album here. 16th studio album, just came out here on March 7th. And I just received my copy, but I have been listening to it on Apple Music I just have no patience. I go right into them. I put on my headphones in the morning, grab my coffee. I wish I had more patience to wait, but I don't, and that's how it goes. But 16th studio album, if you count the album They Don't Count, which is, I think, 98's the least successful Human Cannibal. That's just one the band doesn't even recognize. But all right, back cover. So let's just talk about the cover first of all, because there's been there's people that don't like the cover. They do. First of all, it's not AI. It is done by the same guy who has done Diabolical cover for Destruction and other covers, the past 3 or 4 Accept album covers. But it's not AI, but I could see where you might think it is, especially on the CD copy. But if you get the vinyl copy, this is really detailed work. I like it. I like the green. I like the red. Now, I like the Destruction skull. Now, if you're, like a Metal Discharge, that album, this is just that skull that's blowing apart, like through the top. And now you got this devil creature busting through with these chains. Kind of growing on me. The logo, this is one of the first times that they didn't go 2-dimensional on the logo, which kind of bugs me a little bit. I could show you a comparison. I took out Diabolical to show you what I mean with the logo. Mostly Destruction uses a kind of a 2-dimensional, but they're always good with their colors on the album covers. And actually on Diabolical, and you got the Mad Butcher there coming through the the field. Very cool. Just wanted to show that one for comparison's sake. And then on the back cover of this one, you have the Mad Butcher, or, a likeness of the Mad Butcher on the back, but kind of just very evil looking and tentacles and stuff sticking out. But so let me show you. This is a gatefold. So this lineup has been together now for 2 albums. You have Martin Furia on guitars with Schmier, and Demir has been in the band since Born to Perish, and then Randy Black has been in the band since, I think, right around that time actually too. So Randy Black is originally from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, which is very close to where I live. It's actually only 2.5 hours away. So a good old Saskatchewan boy. Great drummer, Randy Black, was with Annihilator, Primal Fear. Well, let's get into this album. That's what I should be talking to you about. So, like I said, 16th studio album. This one, I really enjoy this album. I know people might say, you know what you're getting with Destruction, things like that, but I would say Diabolical and Birth of Malice are actually a step up from... I listened to Born to Perish a little bit. Again, I've listened to Under Attack. A few people have said we really miss the original guitar player, Mike Siffringer. Yes, we do, but I would say throw on Born to Perish and then throw on these two new albums. There's much more melody going on. It's less darker, for a lack of a better word, and you know, maybe you're a big fan of that. But I would say these guys are still doing great thrash. And yeah, some key tracks on here. So it starts off with Birth of Malice, which is just a little intro into a self-titled band track. Here you are 40 years later doing a band track. Whatever, I don't mind it. It's called Destruction. No Kings, No Masters, which was released months and months ago as a 7-inch single. I even picked up the t-shirt for that one too. So that was really the first thing that was released on this album. And a couple of my favorite standout tracks are, probably the favorite is Dealer of Death. Great track. Then Evil Never Sleeps. I don't even mind Scumbag Human Race. Yeah, lyrically it's a little cheesy, but man, what a great song. There's so many great dual leads in here, great riffs. The drumming's awesome. Schmier does a great job with the vocals. They're not too, I don't know, harsh, I would say. Just kind of toned down a little bit. Kind of just like, for me so far, probably Diabolical, 2.0. I just think this lineup's great. And yeah, and this one ends with a cover of Fast as a Shark, which they do throw a cover in once in a while. I know on Diabolical, they did a cover of City Baby Attacked by Rats, which is a GBH song. Very cool. That rendition, though, not as good as the one that Arch Enemy did, by the way. Let me show you the vinyl. This is just a black vinyl, came on a anti-static sleeve. I really do like that Napalm Records. They don't put their albums right in the sleeves. It's actually pinched in between the gatefold and then sealed, which is much better. You don't get those seam splits, but centering, same on both sides. Really good album. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And yeah, if you're a Destruction fan, you're not going to be disappointed. Go and pick it up. All right, let's keep going on the new stuff. Now, first album in 16 years. This is one of Canada's big four of thrash. This is Sacrifice Volume 6. Not the most clever title, but I love this album cover. This is just, yeah, it would just be something that Sacrifice would do. Always love their logo. This one, just got it. There was a bit of a delay on this one. I know the High Roller, their distribution for outside of North America is High Roller Records. And then I got this one on Cursed Blessing Records here in Canada. There's the back cover. So 6th studio album, follow-up to 2009's The Ones I Condemn, which is the only Sacrifice album I don't personally own. So I did send an email to Stefan from High Roller. He is going to look into who has the rights to that album and see if it could be, possibly added to the High Roller catalog. But yeah, I've been listening to this one again on Apple Music because I couldn't wait, because this was quite a delay. When did this even come out? Yeah, it's been out for a while. And this one actually has a bonus track, which is a cover of a song called Trapped in a World. So that kind of threw me off at the end of it. I threw it on, but yeah, Antidote to Poison was one of the first songs they put out. Great track. track 3, Missile. There is a little, I don't know if it's an intentional, but there is kind of a breakdown in there, or a little mini tribute almost to Rush as far as I'm concerned, of like YYZ, the instrumental. It's just that drum breakdown and that, I don't know, I'm not describing that good at all. You just have to listen to it for yourself. Yeah, check out Missile. There's so many great tracks on here. This, to me, is my surprise album of the year so far, of how good it is. The production to me is just a good mix of new and old. It's not over processed in any way. But yeah, check out some other great tracks like, where are we? Incoming Mass Extinction. There's 2 instrumental tracks on here that are really good. One is called Lunar Eclipse, and then you have Black Hashish. And then wrapping up the album with I Will Not Survive, and then, well, of course, the bonus track of Trapped in a World. But yeah, original guys, Rob Urbanati, Gus Pine, Scott Watts, and Joe Rico. Some great Canadian, I already showed you that. Let me show you the vinyl. So there is, this one's Cursed Blessing. Am I saying that right? Yeah, Cursed Blessing. Here is the center ring for the B-side, actually. And there is the center ring for the A-side, which shows the track listing for the B-side. But man, if you're into thrash and you kind of maybe over the years missed the boat on Sacrifice, well worth checking out. I mean, Forward to Termination is one of my favorite thrash albums of all time. But this is, like, man, 16 years later from their last album. And I mean, here we are, you know, going on 40 years with these guys. Just a great album. Here's actually the hype sticker if you want to check that out. Continuing with the new stuff, and then we'll move into, no, you know what? We'll wrap. Let's move into these couple things that were sent to me by people that watch my videos, which I appreciate. I mean, you don't have to send me things, but you know what? When you do, I absolutely appreciate it. And this was a great holiday book that I got to read. This is from a friend of mine in the comments section. We won't give out names and stuff. That just what matters is that they're pretty cool people, and you know, like-minded, just like us, watching, you know, these metal videos. But here's the book, Obituary, my personal favorite death metal band. Like I've said before, I'm not massive on death metal, but I do have a good handful of probably 6-7 bands that I listen to on a regular basis. But this is Turned Inside Out, the official story of Obituary. This was a fantastic read, and thank you, my friend, for sending this. And there's lots of photos along the way. So if you're a fan of Obituary and you haven't read this book, nice hardcover. It doesn't have one of those slip jackets on. It's like right in there. But yeah, this was awesome to read on my holiday. And then just a couple of weeks ago, well, I have been mentioning that I've been picking up a few Brainstorm albums, and another friend of mine who watches the videos said, I want to send you this. I do live in Canada, but I do have that post office box in North Dakota, which really helps because it cuts down on the time and the shipping. It is just a fraction. If he was going to send this album, which he sent me, Brainstorm Fire Soul, on vinyl, it would have been, you know, triple the cost and triple the time to get here. So it's very cool that I can drive 15-20 minutes down to the old North Dakota post office and pick up stuff. So, but thanks a lot for sending me this. I really appreciate it. This is on AFM Records, which, if you know AFM Records, they're right in the line of these kind of bands too. But also anything on AFM Records, once it's initially released, I would say 1 year, 2 years maximum. After that, you're not going to find it. Or if you do, you're going to pay a big buck. But in the scheme of things, this is probably like Brainstorm's maybe 10th album. I'm just guessing, but Yeah, I do have this one on CD, but now I have it on vinyl. I'll just show you black vinyl. Awesome. And we will continue on the Brainstorm theme because I picked up their brand new album, 14th studio album called Plague of Rats. Let me pull this CD out so you can have a look. So just a band that I've gotten into this year. This is a 2025 band, new of them. I actually had one or two of their albums sitting kind of, that have been sent to me off to the side and just never got to them. Now I have, so now I own 7 out of 14 of their studio albums, but this is their brand new one, Plague of Rats, 2025 release. Same cover artist as the Destruction album that I showed you, and same cover artist that has done a lot of work for Brainstorm. Here's the back cover. Just great German metal. This is, you could throw power into it. I wouldn't say speed metal, but they're just more traditional and just a mixture of power metal and traditional metal. Just right up my alley. If you're into stuff like, even Accept, I would throw in there, Gravedigger, maybe some Primal Fear to an extent. But yeah, full lyrics in here. And do we have a band shot? Yes, we do. I think there was a lineup change here. I think they have a new bass player. But other than that, these guys have been intact for quite a few years. Really, in the scheme of things, a newer band. I would say they're kind of, in that Vader range, probably early 90s start maybe. 14 studio albums. So, yeah, check this one out. Let me check out some tracks here. The first one was called Garuda, Eater of Snakes. That was really good. I think that was the first song released. There's a couple collaborations on here with some artists I'm not really familiar with, but not bad at all. Crawling, great track too. The lead-off track, Beyond Enemy Lines. So yeah, this is right in line with the 6 other Brainstorm albums I have. So I won't rush out to get the other 7 because I don't want to. I'll pick them up if they're, a good price. It's more or less not rushing out to buy a whole band's catalog at one time. For me, then it just ends up sounding like a big blob of nothing. There's no identity to the albums. I don't know this track. You could throw 14 tracks into a pail and it would be an album to me, and I don't want that experience because with Brainstorm and even Vader, I don't have a real rich history. I can't go back to the 80s or 90s or whatever they started. So it kind of got to build up my own history. So I don't know about you guys, but when you get a full on big discography of whatever, you don't want it all sounding like one big, pile of shit. So, or not really shit, you know what I'm saying. And last, for this update, we will go, I did show this once for, I don't know what I showed it for, but anyways, I didn't show it fully. But this is Halloween. This is live at Budokan. Now, coming off of a live album, they put out another live album, but they did switch labels. They're now on Reigning Phoenix Music, which also they have another subsidiary to Reigning Phoenix Music, which is Rock of Angels. But I think this is kind of just, prepping you for a brand new Halloween album, which will be coming out in 2025. I would bet on that. Was another Halloween live album necessary? No, but if you're a sucker like me, you're going to buy it. But this is actually a really, really good 2-disc set of a live show. 2 hours live show recorded live at Budokan, Tokyo, September 16th, 2023. The highlight on here, it always is the Kai Hansen medley. I'm not a big medley guy. I wish they would let Kai do everything, but I understand, time constraints, things like that, because Kai is my guy. But you got Walls of Jericho, Metal Invaders, Victim of Fate, Gorgar, Ride the Sky, which is, just a one of my favorite songs of all time. And then another highlight on here was a bonus track on Keepers 2, was it? Save Us. Check that out. That is dynamite job. And then they wrap it up with I Want Out. So I'm sure if you're a big Halloween fan, you've probably picked this up. But I think that is it. Yeah, so coming up on the channel, I will do, probably by the end of the week, I will go with that Vader ranking. I also have the Rush 50th box set coming, so that will be kind of a midweek video. I'm going to do I'll unbox it, but I'm going to review the whole thing and the content. So if you're a Rush fan, this is just something I decided I really wanted. I miss having Rush, still active, things like that, but lifelong Rush fan. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to pick it up. What else? We'll do another episode of the Metal Edge. I got a great 2 albums that are kind of debated back and forth of which one has the Metal Edge. But hope you enjoyed this update. Until next time, stay heavy.